Hello, welcome to question 6. We're on the 2017 paper. Of course we are, because you're on the 2017 playlist. And we've got the sponsors here. 1.2k subscribers. We're probably at 409 videos. This will be 410. But that's not important. Let's get into it. So this question is probably going to make a big difference between grade A and grade B. Do leave this one till last. There's a lot of reading to go into it. There are 20 football clubs in the English Premier League. At the end of each season, in May, the clubs finishing in the lowest 3 positions are relegated, moved down to a lower league. And this is actually, it's hurt me a bit because I am an Ipswich Town fan and I'm recording this in 2025 and Ipswich have been relegated, but I know that they will come back stronger for sure. It's estimated that a club loses 65 million in TV money, sponsorship, etc. if it's relegated. Okay, so we need to just highlight that there. In January, a club is in 17th place in the EPL, and its chief executive is worried that the club may be relegated in May. The club's top goal scorer, Suarez, often gets injured and misses games. The chief executive has the option of signing a new player, Morris, as cover for Suarez. You are a member of the club's statistical team. The chief executive asks you to analyse the costs involved in the different options. You produce the following figures and estimated probabilities. So the cost of signing Morris is 12 million. The cost of relegation is 65 million, which we've highlighted above. The probability that Suarez will get a serious injury is 0.4. If Morris is signed, the probability that the club will be relegated is 0.3. If Suarez gets a serious injury and Morris is not signed, the probability that the club will be relegated is 0.85. If Suarez does not get a serious injury, the probability that the club will be relegated is 0.3. Advise the chief executive on whether the club should sign Morris based on the expected costs of the club. So what we need to do is I like to draw a tree diagram, and we need to just look at all of the eventualities to see what's going to happen. I'm just going to pause the video. I'm going to reread this myself, map it out so that I can give you a nice concise explanation. Okay, fantastic. So I've had a good read of that. Let's get through it. So first thing I said we would do is draw a tree diagram. So this is our probabilities of, we don't want to highlight it, do we? So it's 0.4 for Suarez, I'm just going to call him S, to get injured, and S not injured will be 0.6. And then from there, we've got these probabilities of the relegation. So we've got rel, not rel, rel, not rel. And it's 0.85 if he gets injured. This is all without signing the new player, Morris. And then it's 0.3 if he remains fit. Okay, so those probabilities will all come in while we're making the calculations. So I'm just going to go through my notes, and you can always pause the video, go back and have a look at your paper to see what's happened with this. So the first thing we want to consider is if they sign Morris. Now, the first things first is it's a 0.3 chance that they will get relegated. So we then multiply that by 65 million. So we're working out the costs, and that gives us 19.5 million plus the 12 million to sign. So the expected cost is going to be 31.5 million. Now, what they don't take into account is if they did get relegated, they could probably sell Morris and get about 5 million back. But we're not looking at it in that way just yet. We're looking at what it's going to cost to try, or what it will cost to go down these two routes. Now, that is signing Morris. The other one is to not sign Morris. And then, of course, there's two things to take into consideration. There's whether Suarez gets injured or whether Suarez does not get injured. So this is not sign Morris. And then the first one is for Suarez to not be injured. So the probability of him not being injured is 0.6. And then the relegation is therefore 0.3. So we do 0.6 times by 0.3 times by the 65 million. And that gives us 11.7 million. Now, if we don't sign Morris, I'm not going to rewrite that actually, but Suarez does get injured, they're in a bit of a problem. So he does get injured. So if he does get injured, It's 0.4, and then the relegation is 0.85. So 0.4 times by 0.85, and then that also needs to be multiplied by the 65 million. That will give us 22.1 million. If we add those two costs together, 33.8 million to not sign him. To sign him, way around, is 31 mil, 0.5. So it's going to cost less overall with this expected value to sign this player. So we would advise they sign Morris. Okay, and that is it. It's a better value that way, and that is the end of the paper. All right, so hopefully that's been clear. You've understood it. You know, and I do wish you all the best for your exams, and I'll see you at a future paper if you're doing some more revision. All the best. Bye bye.